Hello and welcome to another hard-hitting installment of Creepy Cheapies. Our topic tonight are America's many hippopotamonstrossesquipedaliaphobics suffering from undue floxinosinihilipilification at the hands of the anti-disestablishmentarianists. But first, rubber monster masks. Now here's a neat one. This is a Thanatoid. That's T-H-A-N-A-T-O-I-D, and that may sound spooky if you know that Thana, T-H-A-N-A, is often a prefix referring to death. Scary, huh? Now the Thanatoid here, sculpted by the legendary Bill Malone, the same guy who sculpted a lot of classic Don Post masks back in the 70s and 80s, and directed some movies like the House on Haunted Hill remake, which came out in and Parasomnia, and of course the first movie to feature this creature, the Thanatoid, has yet to be made. There is no movie with a Thanatoid in it. Now it was made with the intention of making a movie called The Mirror that would have had this creature in it, and I really don't know if he's extraterrestrial or if he's more demonic, or if he's a mutation of some scientific design. I don't know what he is, the Thanatoid, but he's certainly cool, isn't he? Isn't he cool? And this particular Thanatoid mask I hold in my hand right here in your face is made by Trick or Treat Studios, a company that always keeps impressing me with nice quality stuff at affordable prices. And I believe the Thanatoid goes for $65 to $70, somewhere in that price range. Well worth it because it's a pretty elaborate mask. Now, in addition to being full head latex with the neck, as you can see, he does have a slit up the back, which people are going to be running away from you and they're not going to notice, so it probably won't be a problem. But in addition to that, he has this big, well, this tongue-like thing, this big spinal juice sucker thing coming out of his feeding area, which is very dramatic and strange and very H.R. Giger-esque, which makes sense because this was originally designed a long time ago, back in the late 70s to early 80s, somewhere in there. And in addition to his sucker tongue, he has glued in plastic eye lenses that give him this really unearthly, otherworldly, non-human quality because he has metallic gold eyes, you see. And kudos to the folks at Trick or Treat for knowing that when you want to do gold, you can't use gold paint on latex because gold paint eats latex and causes it to break down and deteriorate much faster and will give your mask a much shorter shelf life. So don't use gold metallic paint on rubber. And they didn't. They used glued in plastic lenses, and the actual eye areas that you see out of are little slits above the eyes, up under the brow. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to guess no, but that's where you actually see out of. So you don't actually look through the gold lenses, but heck, gold lenses and a nice slimy tongue like that, and look at this cool paint job. Certainly worth the money, and well, it's by a legendary horror artist, Bill Malone. And I should also mention the Thanatoid has seen mask life before, because the same character from the same sculpture, again, these all go back to the original Bill Malone mold. These are not resculpted. The original version was by Distortions Unlimited in the mid-80s. That one looked a little different. The rubber was cast thicker, it was a little heavier pour, and instead of this brownish, dusty looking color, it was more of a straight up gray, and the eyes were painted silver, just silver paint. By the way, silver paint is fine on latex, it's just gold you shouldn't use on your masks. He had, the Distortions version was more gray, had silver in the eyes, and then this feeding tongue thing was sort of red, airbrushed, so that it sort of faded from red to the gray and black colors of the rest of him as it went up, and then it was very red down at the tip. I don't know if that was originally part of the character or that was something that Distortions just made up, but anyway, that's how you can tell the two apart. Distortions had the red sucker and silver painted eyes instead of separately cast and glued in plastic. plastic eyepieces with the metallic gold for extra weirdness. For heaven's sake, drop what you're doing and get yourself a Thanatoid from Trick or Treat Studios if you want to scare all the people in your neighborhood. And well, I keep mine on the wall, on a wall rack in my dining room. You may want to do the same, or not.